Control in organizations. Organizational control is an important part of management for all organizations because it helps the company measure aspects within the organization that need improvement or helps identify functions that work well and will help the company reach its goals. Organizational control can also be used to improve communication in the workplace, thus facilitating improvements by helping take appropriate actions when needed. There are three different types of organizational control that can be exhibited in a business: output control, behavioral control, and clan control. Output control deals with measurable outcomes. In this type of strategy, managers will make decisions over what should be considered and set standards and expectations for employees to follow. Behavioral control tends to put a focus on measuring and controlling actions rather than outcomes. Lastly, clan control is a non-standard control approach which focuses on traditions, expectations, values, and norms. These different control approaches can be useful for organizations when trying to accomplish their goals. Successful organizations. In order to have a successful organization, managers must ensure that they are setting in place the correct control philosophy that will best help the organization reach their goals and visions. This means that they must analyze the type of employees they have, assign the right leaders, and factor in any company ideologies to adapt the proper control tactics. Organizations are able to reach success when all employees work together towards the same goal. Organizational control and the impact on employee performance. Organizational control is important to the way organizations function, but there is much debate over whether it impacts employee performance in a positive or negative way. Some studies report that organizational control increases performance, while others suggest that they are not effective to the overall performance of employees. Each different style of control type has its benefits to the management of employees. In a recent study, it was said that outcome control gives controllees flexibility and motivation as it allows them discretion to select their own way of achieving the specified goals. In behavior control, controllers emphasize procedures and rules that controllees are expected to follow. In clan control, mechanisms are used by controllers to ensure that controllees embrace common values and goals and commit to shared objectives that they are expected to follow while doing their assigned tasks. These functions are important to consider in all organizations. Choosing the best type of organization control. Organizations must be able to appropriately provide the right type of management that will help prosper their organization and allow them to reach their missions and goals. All employees work differently, thus it's important to assign the right leader to inspire and motivate with the right approach. Conducting internal studies to discover which best approach to use would enable organizations to work together and produce outcomes expected. Balanced scorecards. Balanced scorecards allow managers to look at the organization from different perspectives, such as financial perspective, customer perspective, internal business perspective, and innovation learning perspective. These perspectives are all important when analyzing a company and deciphering what changes need to be made, if any. It's also important for businesses to explore and take suggestions from employees. These type of scorecards allow managers to focus on those measures that are most critical to the company. Balanced scorecards. These scorecards should be able to produce a report that will enable the company to understand in what areas they need to improve. It will also guard against sub-optimization by ensuring that management consider all important measures. This will allow for companies to measure their overall performance and continue to make improvements where needed in order to provide better service to customers, employees, while improving their financial revenue. Financial and budgetary controls and balanced scorecards. Financial outcomes are a big indicator in the overall productivity and success of an organization. Through this type of control, organizations are able to point out and check those areas where value is not being created. It is because economic and financial values are easily measured and most data can be taken from the company's accounting. Financial information can also indicate management decision making. Through these results, organizations are able to come up with the proper steps to reorganize the company and find successful solutions that will contribute to the overall success of the organization. Strengths and benefits of balanced scorecards. Balanced scorecards help identify how day-to-day actions affect short-term and long-term outcomes. Balanced scorecards can be used as a communication tool. It can help identify and communicate a company's plans. They allow for the budget to be linked to the company's strategy. They help compare plans with results to allow for evaluations and adjustments.